Hey. What up? It is Saturday. Happy weekend, everybody. And thank you for joining me today, March 25th, 2023. I hope you all are having a great start to your weekend. And I am super excited that you guys chose to hang out with me for that day. We are doing an open discussion today, folks. A little bit of everything. Mr. Kohberger, Miss Nicola, Bulley, Scottie Moore has good news on that one, if you haven't heard. And much more, I'm sure. I hope to see everybody in here, and I hope to make your day start off in a good way, folks. Sorry about that. So, what do you say we get this show on the road? Hello. Good morning, everybody, and how are you this Saturday? Oh, it's gloomy and rainy outside, but it is the weekend, so what are you going to do about it? Nothing we can do, guys. But I'm so glad you chose to hang with me for it. It's great to have everybody here. Who do we have in the house this morning? Let's see. Looks like Mrs. M is here. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever it is, wherever you are, I hope it's good for all of you. Good morning, Mrs. M. Thanks for joining us today. By the way, Mama Bear will be with us, but only in chat today, guys. She's not going to be joining me up here today, so you got to look at my ugly mug. Sorry. You can take it out on her. She's got a few things she's got to handle. It is the weekend, guys. We can't expect her to be here every day. Although, you never know. Let's see. Who else do we have? Transporters in the house. Welcome, brother. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Miss Brandy, always a pleasure to have you, my dear. Thank you. Miss Sherry's in the house, guys. Welcome. Miss Kim Marin. Good to see you, Kim. I hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Let's see. Who else do we be seeing in here? My little brother, Strike First. Thanks so much for joining us today, bro. Good to see you. On the mic, bro. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day, sir. Thanks for joining us. Drift. How are you today, sir? So good to have you. So good to see you. Sunshine. I wish you'd float around my house a little more today because it is a dreary day out here. Yep, surprise. I told you guys if I could do it, I would be here today. And here I am. I hope I didn't interrupt anybody's busy days or anything. Mrs. Dago's at work today. So I got some time to spend with my peeps, my meatballs. It's good to see you guys here. Give me a moment, guys. I'd like to send out some personal invites because YouTube doesn't like to do it the way they should. So this should just take a moment. Let me see here. No. I think Miss Heather knows. She's just doing her thing. She'll be here, I'm sure. Let's see. Mrs. M is here. I'm not sure. Did I miss anybody? Mrs. M, I'm already there. She always is. I just automatically send a what's up, Mod Squad. Thanks for jumping in and joining us today. I appreciate that so very much. It's great to see you. I always send her just an invite just to be sure because I don't know if she gets them or not, but she's usually always here beforehand every time I do it. Miss Heather's in the house. Yes, she is. Howdy, Mama Bear. I figured she would be here. I think that's it, guys. I think I got everybody's invites out. Yep. I guess I don't have to do it for now. Come on in, guys. Grab your coffee, tea, Pepsi, maybe, whatever it may be. Come on in, sit down, and have a conversation with me. I appreciate you guys so very much. Mod Squad was rowdy. I got you. Well, welcome back, my friends. Speaking of double named people, I wonder where Fupa has been. We haven't seen her in a while. I kind of miss her. Hope she's doing okay. It's been a minute. And Ty, we haven't seen Ty in a while. I hope she's okay as well. I tricked you. Yes, trickety trick. It isn't even. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. And again, like I said today, guys, we're just doing an open discussion. We got some things to talk about in the Nicola Bulley case. Something that I put together myself. Of course, a little touch base a little bit on Kohberger. And right off the bat, guys, the good news is Mr. Scottie Morris has been found safe and is at home. But we're still going to have a little conversation about him. Quado lives. Could do without the sarcastic laughing on other crime podcasts about conspiracies surrounding Nicola. Police seem to be protesting a little too much. Yeah, I agree. This channel does not condemn anybody's opinions, theories, or thoughts on anything. Everybody is open to feeling whatever they do, whatever they must, whatever they want to on any of the cases that we work on. So you'll never be laughed at, condemned, any of that for thinking anything that you think in here. It's all about that in here. So whether it's conspiracy or not, it may have been, Mama Bear. You may be right. So welcome, Kuwato, if I'm pronouncing that right. I hope. If not, my apologies. Yeah, we actually welcome open theories and you know. Now, the one thing I'm not going to do, we don't personally bash people unless there's a good reason for it, just like in Total Recall. Gotcha. Good point. Great movie. Red's in the house. Brother, good to see you. We miss you. There's one red balloon. Well, like I said, he's safe. Yeah, we're going to touch base on his family a little bit because I have some issues that I wanted to put out. Now that he's home safe, I told you guys we would go back to that, and we will. I've talked in private with Mama Bear about certain things. I think Miss Heather and me have talked about it too. I have some blatant issues with that whole situation. We're going to get to it though. Like I said, I got some things I put together in the Nicola Bulley case that I want to talk about. Again, you guys know I support. Oh, geez, my mind just went blank. There's another channel out there that has been going right along with what we've been saying in regards to the Nicola Bulley case, and I support him fully. I feel bad because he's been put through the ringer a little bit, but I support him, and we do support him in here. At least most of us do. And I will continue to do it. Mind you, yes, Mama Bear. See, this is why Mama Bear needs to be here, guys, one way or another, because she keeps, I told you, we share a brain. She seems to have the good half of it, and I have what's left. There's not much, so she helps me. Yeah, we support Mind Juice 100% in here. I've left him messages in his comment section, so on and so forth. Personally, I would like to get together with him and work this together at this point because we have been on the same page from day one with this case with her. And I just don't like being told we can't talk about it. Why not? Of course. Now, listen, there's certain things we can and can't say because of YouTube rules, okay? And I'll let everybody know that. But you guys know, for the most part, it's your mind, your mouth, your channel. This is your channel, guys. You know that. And that is the way it is, period. So that's never going to change. That's what this whole channel is based on. And it's a very positive channel. We promote positivity. We do talk about negative things at times, but that's what happens in these cases. And to be truthful and honest about it, you have to talk about that sometimes. So, nobody in here is ever going to, we can, and Red is the perfect example of it, which is why he's a moderator. Red will go against the grain in a lot of the cases we do and talk about it and open it up all the doors for us to look into. Okay. And we can all disagree about different things. And at the end of the stream, we're all still family, guys. We're all still floating around in the sauce together, as the meatballs that we are, and that's what it's about in here. I don't ever, and would never, because nobody in this group does that, condemn anybody for anything they have to say or think, or even if it sounds absolutely ridiculous. Somebody comes in here and says, well, I think that aliens, I'm not going to condemn you because of that. I never will. That's why we live in the great country that we live in, folks. Okay. We don't have the right to do that. And we're not going to do that. And I don't expect anybody to come in here just agreeing on what I say. Okay. My opinions could be offhanded and crazy at sometimes too. It is what it is. Our minds work that way for a reason. And that is why our think tanks work out so well in here when we do it, because we all put our pieces in. Like I said, guys, a long time ago, it's like a big puzzle. And if every one of us puts a little piece into it, eventually one of these days, we're going to put a whole puzzle together. And that's the point behind this, is we're trying to figure some of these things out to help in any way that we can and put it out there. That's what it's all about, folks. And that's what it's always going to be about. Welcome, Lance. Good to see you, brother. So, I'm glad to have you here, Cueto. I can't even pronounce it, knowing how to say it, Cueto. Because that's the type of people I want in here. So I appreciate you, and anybody that you may know that would be interested, go get them, bring them on in. We welcome anybody, guys. We really do, and you know that. Yeah, I have a couple of small rules, and that's just to respect each other as you would want to be respected yourself. I never allow any kind of, bad talking about women, children, anything like that. We don't do that. And to enjoy yourselves. Those are my main rules, guys. That's it. Nothing more. Of course, we don't do any kind of racism. We don't talk politics or religion in here if possible, because it always ends up causing issues. And that is one thing that happens anywhere and everywhere you go. So we just kind of keep it out of the picture, and that's the way it works. Positive vibes only. That's right, Lance. That's right. And we are a big family, folks. Everybody that's in here knows that. So again, welcome, Cueto. I got to get it right. And it's great to have you here. Again, guys, on your way in the door, leave me a little DNA on that like button, please. That way, if I got to come drag you back in at another time, I can do that. Share this out, please, guys. Please share this out. And at the end of the stream, please, regardless of whether it's positive, negative, whatever it is, if you love me, you hate me, whatever, please leave me a comment. I really do appreciate it. As does YouTube with this algorithm, guys. So, and please look out. Let me know if you guys see any ads pop up. It's just nice to know that they're working. Besides that, I hope you all enjoy yourselves, as always. Cato. Lance says Cato. Miss Heather's in the house. Good to have her here. As always, again, thank you to my wonderfully awesome moderators for doing such a great job. Again, I got to say it. I know I got the best mods this side of YouTube, folks. Thank you, Kim, for letting me know that. I really do. And mods, thank you for what you do for me and for this channel. I appreciate you all. No, Mama, don't worry about that. I just was curious to see. Kim said she got one, so that means they're working. That's all that matters. Sometimes I gotta. You guys know how YouTube is. You know, we gotta watch it here and there, so on and so forth. So, to kick things off a little, as I said, Scottie Morris is home, or I don't know if he's home, but he's safe. He's been found safe. He's healthy. He's alive. He's good to go. That's what matters to me, as I said before. But we do need to say a couple things. First off, let me get something up here for you guys real quick here, just to be show. Mod Heather, just so you know, Mod Squad is Rowdy. That way you don't get confused. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I just wanted to show something to you guys, and I have an issue with the whole Scottie Morris situation. I really, really do. It just bugs me. You guys know how I am with certain things. For those of you that don't, you will learn. Okay, guys, again, let me know that the audio is working for you. Thank you, my dear Miss Heather. I appreciate that so very much.
Some breaking news right now out of Eaton, Indiana, where police say a teen missing for more than a week has been found safe. Good news here tonight. 14-year-old Scottie Morris went missing last week on Thursday. So many residents in that area, people from out of town, have been searching for him ever since. And again, Scottie has been found safe tonight. Medics are checking him over. Police say they'll be conducting interviews as well. We're still working to get more information about this, but we'll update you online and on Fox 59 Morning News tomorrow once we have more information.
Thank you, Mama Bear.
Well, felony charges have been.
All right, so he is safe, guys. Here's the issue with that I have. He was gone for a week. A week. Where the hell was he? He's a 14-year-old kid. Where was he that nobody came forward within that week? Okay. This is a child. This is not just, an 18-year, 19, 20-year-old kid that's out gallivanting around doing this, doing that. This is a child. He's 14 years old. Where was he for that week? Whoever, and I'm being honest, if anybody was harboring this child, whether it be one of his friends' parents, I hope they're prosecuted to the full length of the law, because the resources that were put into finding this child, the things that people like that we have done, other channels have done, so on and so forth, the time and effort that we put into this, the heartbreak, be honest with you, that people go through worrying about children like this, that doesn't go away, guys. It just doesn't, go by the wayside. That was time and money that was put into this, and thank God that he's good and he's healthy and all that, but at that point, that's a problem for me. It's a big problem for me. Thick Infant is in the house. What's up? What's up, Fat Baby Toodles? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Miss Heather. Again, so much appreciated. Anybody that would like to support the channel, there are the links for the Venmo, PayPal, and the Cash App. It is so very welcome and so very appreciated. Thick Baby. I love it. I started a trend. Anyway, welcome. Good to have you here. Anybody that's not in chat, I appreciate you so very much for watching and for the views, guys. It is so very appreciated. Again, guys, share this out. Hit that like button. Leave me a little DNA in there. And at the end, I would appreciate your comments one way or another. Exactly, Toodles. I appreciate I'm sorry, wrong words. I exactly agree with everything you said as far as that goes. I am glad that he is safe. But it's a problem, guys. That's not cool. I'm going to tell you right now, if this was my child, I have a 16-year-old child. Everybody knows that. And he was gone for a week and nobody got a hold of me or the police or said something or came forward, and there were adults behind that. There's a huge problem that I have with that. These things can't happen, guys. There's so much money that was put into the search for this. to pay all these officers, the fire departments, everybody searching for this child. Those resources aren't cheap. And then all of a sudden, here he is, It's an issue for me. And things like that don't need to happen. I'm absolutely beyond ecstatically happy that he's safe, But now we need to look at the other side of it. And then on top of that, I have an issue, and I wasn't going to talk about it, Plump toddler. I definitely started a trend. It is what it is. So do I. I think it's hilarious. But yeah, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm not going to slam anybody per se, but I have an issue with the parents. Okay. I've had an issue with the parents from when the child went missing. I've never in my life seen children need to be disciplined. Absolutely, folks. They do. Okay. It is what it is. You don't humiliate your child and damn your child as a discipline. They put that t-shirt on this kid. I don't, in a sense, don't blame him for wanting to not be there. Okay. I'm not saying running away is the right thing to do, but it should have been done differently, in my opinion. Miss Rachel, good to see you, my dear. Welcome. You know what case I'm surprised you never looked into? Which one is that, hon? Thanks for joining us today, Rachel. It's great to see you. Hope you're having a great weekend. What case you talking about, sis? That's right. This is a child. That's what I'm saying, Cherry. You couldn't have found a better picture. Shoot, Zachariah Anderson. Yeah, that is one that we probably should have looked into. In fact, good point, Rachel. Good point. Good point. For those of you that don't know, this is Miss Rachel Lynn. She is actually somebody that helped me to found my channel and got me rolling with it, guys. Very close friend of mine, like a sister to me. This is Mr. Popper's girlfriend. So show her the utmost respect, please. And of course, she's one of my original moderators, so you know how that goes, folks. But yes, this is Mr. Popper's girlfriend, so please be respectable. Zachariah Anderson. We will be looking into that, Miss Rachel. Thank you for the idea, my dear. I appreciate that. Yes, as I said, she's always in the shadows, just like Popper. You never know. Always watching my back. Told you guys, we have a great community here, and they are always paying attention. Yeah, that was a very interesting one. We'll have to look back into that just out of curiosity. But thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. It's interesting, Mama Bear. It really was. Yep. Yes, it was in Wisconsin, just like everything else, guys. Like I said, that's why it's good to have Miss Rachel on board here, because everything and anything that can go on has gone on around her. I've told you guys this story before. Lots of stuff happens in Wisconsin. It ain't just about making cheese over there, folks. There's some crazy stuff going on. Dahmer was caught over that way. The whole I can't think. My mind goes faster than my mouth, and then I get all backed up. The whole Slender Man situation that happened over there by her. If you guys want to get in depth with it, correct me if I'm wrong. It's either her grandfather or her uncle was the one that brought in Ed Gein. No. Fix me, Rachel. I got so much going through my head. Put it in there for me, please, dear. I know I'm on the right path. It was either Gein or Gacy, but her uncle brought it in. It was a pick of Scottie. What's up, Dan? Drunk Turkey, what's up, brother? It was a pick of Scottie just before he went missing in the clothes he was wearing. It aesthetically wasn't the best picture, but for the situation, it was the best picture to put out. Rare to get a pick. Yeah, that's a fact, brother. I agree with you on that one. Because a lot of times we don't get to see what these kids look like. You know what I mean? Thanks for jumping in here, Drunk Turkey. I appreciate you, bro. And I appreciate your info. It was a great uncle, Art Schley, that's right, who knew Ed Gein very well and was the arresting officer. So, yes. Yeah, Rachel's been close to a lot of different things, guys, whether they're good or not, that's left to be known, but she knows a lot about a lot of different things. Like I said, the whole Slenderman situation, all of that stuff. For those of you, by the way, that don't know and have not gone over there and checked it out, please go check out Daniel and Big Blue over at the Drunk Turkey Show, guys. It is a great show. A lot along the lines of what we do in here. Very down to earth guys, and they put on a great show on a regular basis, folks. So please, please go check them out. If you have not, subscribe, show the love. They deserve it. Hard workers over there. If we could drop that link in chat, please, I appreciate that so very much. Yeah, I agree, Sherry. It in my mind, showing that just shows the parenting issues that are going on. I don't really like it, Absolutely, brother. At anytime at all. I don't like the way it was. You don't do that to your kids, guys. Not that young, especially. Okay, but yes, that it's lucky that there was a picture to see him with, and I'd like to know the story behind the whole situation because it kind of bugged me. Just like with the Aaliyah Whitehead story, thank God they're both home. I really am grateful that is the end scenario with these. But I think again, we need to look into the fact that where was he for a week? Who had him, and why did nobody come forward? Like that's not cool. Those resources. Sorry, my internet's bumping in and out again. Red. Kids are kids these days. Teenagers are not easy to deal with. As I've always said, kids don't come with instructions. You know what I mean? They don't. So we do the best we can as parents, but at some point with parenting, you got to go, okay, there's a way to do things and a way not to, and I totally agree with Drunk Turkey, with the whole picture thing. It wasn't a great picture to put out, but at least there was one to see, they to put it, I guess I'm trying to think of the right terms to put it in. There could have been no picture at all. And if that picture helped to bring him home, then that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think they just wanted to get his face out there as quickly as possible, but didn't think what picture was telling. Right. And that's good point, Mama Bear. Very good point. Parents don't come with instructions either. That's a fact. It goes both ways, Strike. I agree with you on that one, buddy. I absolutely do. So, but again, he's home, healthy. That's all that matters at this point. The other things need to be looked into, in my opinion. Again, there's the link. Thank you, Heather. And Strike first put it up too. The link to the Drunk Turkey Show. Check them out, guys. I'm telling you. Very, very informative, on point. Always a good show. Never a bad one. Teresa Fountain, good to see you. I knew he was at Ball. Oh, one moment, sorry. I knew he was at Ball Memorial to be evaluated. Is he with Department Family Children's Service at this time of reunion home? And I'm going to venture to say at this point that they may have CSB or CPS involved. I would hope. Okay. Because of the fact that he ran away, they're not just going to send him back home. The way it works in here, I'm in Ohio. The way it works here is that is what happens. If they get a runaway, of course, they will go to the hospital, have them checked out, so on and so forth. And then CPS is involved with the family, depending on the situation. And then they work from there. We don't know what's going on for sure. I hope it works out. I hope that the parents maybe get some parenting classes and are able to learn how to handle their son a little bit better. Because in my opinion, that is not the way to do things. You do not humiliate your child to teach them a lesson. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with that. He wasn't outside. I'm guessing not, considering what he was wearing. Not that I have seen Teresa. I looked for it this morning. I didn't see one. I think they wanted to check him out first, make sure everything was healthy. Unless I missed it. I may have missed it because I didn't hear about it. I found out last night through Stevie and Dan, Publicly Buzzed. They had put it out there. Thank you, fellas, for doing that, by the way. Another great channel, guys. Check them out if you haven't. Subscribe. Publicly Buzzed. Again, another channel that's a lot like ours, and Drunk Turkeys. We all kind of do the same things, and we all have the same, I guess you could say, the same point in our outlook, okay? So, excuse me. Thanks for joining us, Teresa. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ms. Heather. Appreciate that as well. If you guys have not, jump in the sauce with the rest of us. Become a meatball and join the fam, folks. Subscribe if you haven't, and become a member. Always so much fun. Members, of course, get that link to the special channel in Discord, and you can hang with us on a regular basis all day long. That's exactly, I agree, Teresa, 100%. And there it is, guys. The link for Publicly Buzzed. Check out Stevie and Dan over there. They have a great show Friday nights, and then throughout the week, different shows, so on and so forth, just like everybody else does it. But they are great over there, guys. So check them out. Show them some love. Subscribe if you haven't. So that being said, that is kind of all really what I wanted to say in regards to Scottie Morris's case. I'm super happy he's home. Yes. Just like over at Publicly Buzz, they do that. We're going to start doing the movie night, guys. Since the Discord is available, we're going to start doing that. I run a series in the evenings that tells the true stories about certain Hollywood movies that are put out. True crime versions of it, of course, for the most part. And I'll tell you the true story of the movie behind it. Because there's so many movies that are put out of Hollywood at this point right now, guys, that are all based on true stories. So that's what I try to do, is give you guys that. Well, what we're going to start doing is start watching the movies. And I'll put a Discord link in here. We can go in there together and watch the movies without fail, without problem. And, I got to give it to Stevie and Dan for figuring that out, because I've been trying to figure out a way to do movie nights for a year, Heather. I'm going to guess something like that. And they did it. So props to you, boys. Props to you. I may be the minority, but there is more to this, especially after the twin sister said Scottie was a bad kid. There absolutely is, Jerry. And I'm going to be looking into it more and see how things are going to go along with it. We'll be talking about it again, guys. This isn't just gone by the wayside because he's been found. There's more to this. I agree. Me and Mama Bear had talked about that. 100% agree that there's more to this and that story. But like I said, we all had our opinions when I first brought it out, but I didn't want to talk about anything other than getting him home at that point. There's a reason for that. At this time, he's home. We're going to get into the other stuff. I promise you that much. My dad's boot upside my head saved my life, so I feel for parents with wild kids that are on past the caskets. I agree with you, Red. It's hard, like I said, especially nowadays. Kids are not like they were when we were kids, guys. They're not. There's no fear of consequence. There's no fear of authority anymore, because kids know that the police, unless they do something, there's that in between, that, right there, that gray area, that kids can do what they want to do to a point and get away with it without having to worry about authority or consequence. So, that's where a lot of things need to change. And my mother was strict. My father was strict. I'll tell you right now, I'm grateful for that, because that's how I turned into who I am. I was somewhat strict with my kids. I have 7 kids. They're all successful at this point. One of them really isn't too much, but because I was strict and I raised my kids the same way that my mother raised me. But there were times that I wasn't sure of what I was doing, how to do it, because like I said, they don't come with instructions. They don't. You go with what you know as how you were raised, and you learn as you go, folks. It's being a parent. You try not to make those mistakes. You try to make the best possible choices for your kids as you can, but we don't always do that, guys. We're human beings. People make mistakes. It's just, you don't repeatedly make those same mistakes with your children if you can help yourself. That's my thought. Absolutely, Teresa. Absolutely. And society has changed that at this point. We're not allowed to raise our kids the way that they should be in some senses. I'm not saying that we need to beat our kids and do this and do that and everything else, but, in some senses, physical discipline does help and has helped. I'm okay, and it happened to me. And I'm sure that most people that are in my age range have been through the same things, and kids nowadays are not all of them. Don't get me wrong, not all of them, but a good lot of them are disrespectful. They have no care for what's right or wrong. It's all about Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram, and what video game just came out, and this and that and everything else. So it's dangerous at sometimes, folks. So you gotta watch. You gotta watch your kids. You gotta be involved in your kids' lives. That's the most important thing, is being involved in their life. Not just saying, "Hey, here's $20. Go do something. Leave me alone," because that happens a lot. Okay. Being retired from the fire service and EMS, I've seen a lot of bad situations that I wish I would have never seen, and a lot of it, 96, 6, 7% of it is due to the parenting, because the parents just don't have time. They don't want to be bothered. Then don't have kids. You know what I mean? Don't have kids if you don't want to be bothered with them. Kids are a privilege and a delight, in my opinion. They're not a problem or a burden, guys. Exactly, Teresa. The same way my kids are raised. Chores, homework. Well, we didn't have cell phones back then either, but we had the house phone, and I was allowed on it so much time per day, to talk to my girlfriends or whatever I was doing. Most of it I didn't have time for because I was never inside the house. If it was daylight, I was outside. Period. Kids don't do that anymore. Just like Caden, you guys know my son Caden. Welcome, Miss Pamela. Good to see you, my dear. Where he gets it now, but when it first started to be a problem, I'm like, listen, dude, you need to get some stuff on, some clothes, shoes, get outside and do something. You got basketball hoops out there. You got this, you got that, your skateboards, your ramps. Go do something, dude. Don't be stuck in this house when you don't have to be. It's 85 degrees and sunny outside. Why are you sitting in here staring at the TV? Move along, get moving. What makes me mad, or I guess I should say is sad, is that my kids' friends or peers will be like, you tell your mom everything. Why would you do? Yep. Same here. Same here. That is exactly how our kids were too. And their friends were like, that's weird. Why do you do that? You don't keep anything. Because I've always taught my kids to be open and honest with me about everything. I don't care what it is. And they have been, whether they're embarrassed or not, we've been those parents. My whole neighborhood smells like weed. Sorry to hear that, Cam. Sorry to hear that. If the kid is the problem, which I believe is a real possibility here, it can be, I agree. Then the only thing he learned here is that all he has to do is run away and he'll get the attention he wants. Yeah, I mean, you didn't say that, but yeah, that's the end of it. He'll get the attention he wants. That's a fact. And a lot of kids can be the problems. It's not always parents, but see, I think this is a 50-50 scenario with him. Okay. I think that he is a problem in some senses. But if that's the case, then that's where the parents need to step into effect and look into how to deal with what problems he has, instead of just doing it the way that they think they should and trying to humiliate him into the point where he feels like nothing. And that's just something you don't do, guys. In my opinion, I don't agree with that at all. We do. We definitely do, Teresa. Things are so much different. I remember, especially in the summertime, you get up, you get dressed, Saturday morning, you eat your breakfast, your cereal, you watch your Saturday morning cartoons till noon, and out the door you go. And you don't come back until the streetlights are on or until your mother yells for you. That's just what it was. And you could go anywhere in the neighborhood and everybody knew what each other's kids were doing. And I would dare not disrespect somebody at one of my friends' houses or somewhere else in the neighborhood, because I would get told about myself, if not snatched up. And by the time I got home, I got dealt with hardcore, because the phone lines rang throughout the neighborhood very, very quickly. But everybody watched each other's kids. Everybody knew each other's kids. It wasn't a regular thing to have to worry about this kind of stuff. So, yeah, COVID was a problem. I agree with that. and it made it to where the kids got comfortable being at home, watching TV, being on their computers or their game systems, and that was their friends because we weren't allowed to interact. But we got to break that cycle now and get people back into the regular and get them back out doing the things that they need to do. It is what it is, folks, but just saying. COVID was rough. You're right about that one, Mama Bear. That was rough, not just for kids, but everybody, I think. And we're still in it, guys. We're not. It's not gone. It's not over. It's not done. We're still there. But that whole lockdown, shelter in place thing, that was rough. That was very rough. Your video games rule the world. I agree with that one, Lance. I'll be honest with you. Caden really wasn't into video games, my youngest one, until COVID hit. He didn't have any other way to socialize at that point, And socialization, that's one thing. I've never been a big fan of homeschooling, and I'm not saying anything about anybody that does it at all. Please don't take it that way. I've just never been a big fan of it because I think that kids need that socialization. Every situation is going to be different. So, that I understand. But they need to have that socialization with other kids. So that's, why I've never really been a big fan of it. Let's see. Me and my baby brother were always angels at other people's houses. Like, well, oh, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Caden, I struggle with him. He's 16 now, and he's got his issues on top of being a teenager. But the only people he ever gives problems to is me and my wife, and his siblings. He goes anywhere else, he's a perfect angel. He always has been at school and everything. So they did say that, but video games were nothing like they are now. Back then, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, all that. It was great. It was nothing like, and I think at this point that it's not just the video games, it's social media, Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all that other stuff. I think that all has a part in it now, honestly. So it is what it is. Thank you so much, Miss Heather. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you. Cameras everywhere, too. That's a fact, guys. Do you know we can go on vacation anywhere we want, guys, without having to go anywhere? You know that? I showed this to my wife the other day. You guys want to go to Cali? You want to go to Venice Beach and hang out? We can do that. We can do that right now. Check this out. Look. Welcome, Mama. Mama Dago's in the house. Mother, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you for being here. Look at this, guys. Venice Beach, live cam. They're everywhere. I found them all over the United States, even out of the United States. Thailand has them. You can go live and watch what's going on anywhere you want, pretty much. So like I said, if you can't afford to go on vacation, throw this up on your TV. Just tell everybody, hey, I went to Venice today. Venice Beach. There it is, guys. There's the beach. There's the ocean. Even you, Mama. You were a great mother, though. Like I said, she was rough on me, guys, but that's how I turned out how I did. I respect and appreciate everything she's done. It's pretty wild, though, ain't it? I just clicked it. You type in Venice Beach live cam, and there it is. I couldn't believe it, you guys. They're everywhere. Watch. Let me show you this. Let me see. One moment. Hollywood, Florida. The Beach Boardwalk live cam. Look at that. Anywhere you want to go. They don't always have volume or audio with them, you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm telling you, I sat here with my wife the other day and I was like, check this out. And we were scanning. We went through all these different places. Anna Maria Island in Florida. That's awesome, Teresa. Thanks for the, I bet you it's beautiful down there. But let's see, we got this one. We got Florida Keys live cam. There's another one. Where's it at? Here's Siesta Beach. That's live. They're all over the place, guys. It's kind of weird, to be honest with you, because it says that there's always something watching someone everywhere. Is there? There's a 24/7 one of Venice. Yeah, there is one in Italy as well. Spring break. Yeah, there's spring break cams up right now too. There's the Florida Keys, Duval Street live cam.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to Mont John.
We can go anywhere we want, folks.
Oh, it's
Just the click of a mouse. Actually, here's 1 second here.
Yeah.
And there's multiple cams like in different places throughout the United States. Yeah, this it does get wild. Where's the one? Now there's a camera that'll bounce around too. I'm thinking, is this the one or no? Yeah, this might be one of them. But it goes in between Greece, Thailand, Hawaii. It's crazy, guys. Let me see. Kanapali Beach in Maui. That's live. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a kind of a cool thing, but it is disturbing that we're being watched 24/7 wherever you go. There's cameras watching everybody. That was the whole point of me showing you guys this. I just couldn't believe that they're up like this everywhere. I mean, of course, the no-name towns, the small places like where I'm at. No, I'm sure you could find one if you wanted to. But still, it's weird, folks. It's weird. You can definitely find them just about anywhere you want. Let me see. LAX has one. Okay. Why would you want to watch an airport live? But there's one right there. LAX live. And more cams available. Just the click of a button and then you're there. So, like I said, guys, if you can't afford to go on vacation, put it on your TV. Hang out. Throw a beach party in your house. Whatever you want to do. It's crazy. I've seen some things. Some of these cams, you can watch them like throughout the night. Well, there's the LAX live stream that it's a little different. There's a few different versions of it. Venice Beach, like I said, we showed you. The live Storm Chaser channel. You can watch tornadoes come through live. Some of these don't link up right away.
And check out some daily.
And these are the Storm Chasers. They're looking for storms. They do this live too. It's insane, some of the stuff, guys. Let me see. There was another one I watched. It was kind of interesting.
Doesn't surprise me at this point.
San Francisco live cam. There's a bunch of these. Castro Street in San Francisco. It's live. There's one that sits out on top of the San Francisco Bridge. I won't mind watching a live stream of a concert. That would be cool. Going to Malt. There you go, Mod Squad. Exactly. And you can say that. I'm going to Hawaii today. Do it. You know what I mean? That would be absolutely amazing, Strike, but you know how that works. Chicago live cam. Let's see. There's the Axis cam. That's Chicago. There's Los Angeles. Venice Beach. Where'd it go? There was another one. Santa Monica Pier. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. It's insane. Now, this right here, you guys, for those of you who don't know, I'm positive. This is where the movie The Lost Boys, where they filmed. This is where they did the filming for it at. It's kind of, like I said, it's a cool thing, but it's weird at the same time. Washington, D.C. live cam. The White House. Look at that. Some of them are better than others. They're like more close up and they move around a lot and you get audio with some of them, but not all of them. But there's a live camera just about anywhere you want to go. Toronto. Now you're in Canada.
Hey everyone, it is Thursday, March 23rd. The time is 2:18 p.m. and it's about 7 degrees Celsius.
No, this one's not live, but they have one, the same channel.
Street and Jane Street, and it is currently raining.
Mississippi. What is that? 9 minutes of mind-blowing moments caught on camera. Yeah, we're not good. Niagara Falls. There's one in Niagara Falls. You want to go to the falls? There you go. Go to Niagara Falls. I don't know if it's specifically going to be in Russellville, Brandy, but I'll look real quick. There you go. You ain't never been in Niagara Falls? Now you can go without having to leave your house. I feel like I'm advertising for these companies by doing this, but it is what it is. That's a fact. That's a fact, Lance. I agree. And I agree, Teresa. It's unreal how things have become, you know? Yeah, buy a sandbox or dump some sand in one of the rooms in your house, and there you go. You're at the beach. Right? I got you, Brad. All right, let me see if Arkansas has anything. They might, Brandy. They might. Or Kansas. Let's see. I don't see one, Brandy. Let me see. Maybe that might be too. We might need to be a little bit more broad with it. Arkansas live cam. Nope, wrong one. Hold on. See where it takes us to. Texarkana. You guys know where that's at. There's Texarkana live. Like I said, you don't always see the best things on these cams, but oh yeah, being in Buffalo, you're right there. Let me see. This was a little bit better to look at. His Place Resort, the live river cam. This is in Arkansas. And then there's one that's a roving cam that will go between different countries and whatnot. This is in Thailand. Like I said, you can go all over the world, folks. New York City. Yeah, New York City's got them. Like, welcome, Miss April. So good to see you today. Thanks for joining us. Like I said, folks, they're everywhere. There's Fuck It, Crystal Bay in Thailand. Look at this. Now, this is a vacation spot if there's anything. Look at this, how beautiful this is. It's obviously nighttime there. Around the world in 80 minutes. Exactly, Teresa, exactly. Yes, you can ride on a, yeah. Here, that's right, Pamela. Here's this. That's beautiful, though, guys. Imagine putting that on a 65 or a 75-inch TV screen, especially the ones with audio, and just sitting there and watching. It's relaxing, guys. I sat and watched Venice Beach one night, and it put me to sleep. There was really nothing going on, but the sound of it, and it was just kind of a cool feeling, you know? Where'd it go? I lost complete thought of what I was going to do again. Russellville. Okay, Arkansas live cam. Is there actually one there? No, I guess not. I thought it said there was. My apologies, folks. For Strike First, he's out in Colorado. He's got one somewhere around him out there too. A couple of them actually. Look, Downtown Telluride live cam in Colorado. Lodging. For all you guys that are wanting to see snow, there's your snow. Makes you wonder. I wonder if Idaho has one. Leavenworth, Washington, live. There's that. Look how beautiful that is with the mountains in the background. Right, exactly, Red. It's kind of a crazy thing. That'd be cool. I've always wanted to go here, actually. Maine. You can go to the Kansas City Zoo. Duluth. Duluth looks like Alaska right now. I was at this one yesterday. Look at that. More snow. Zoo cams. The Kansas City Zoo is kind of cool. They definitely are fun. I don't think we have any around here. Disney. I wonder if there is one there at Teresa. Hold on. Let me see. That's one I never thought of. Looks like there's a couple of them. There it is. You guys want to go to Disney? Can't afford it? There you go. Welcome to Disney.
The flavor was good, but it's really salty. I don't know. Angela ate them all, so ask her about it.
Miami Beach. The penguin cam is cool. I agree. Miami Beach, Florida. Or Port Miami. There's Miami, folks. Never been there either, but now I have been. Anyway, like I said, just something cool to look at, to know, you know. I didn't know it was an accident. Check out some space cams up. Oh, yeah. Heather lives in space, guys. I forgot to tell you that. She lives out different planets. She bounces around. Check this out. I was looking at these too. View Earth from the space station. These are all live. Look at this. Tell me that's not cool. This one's not really showing much, but Hold on. Namibia, the Namib Desert. Anywhere you want to go, you can go there live, folks. Just saying. You're not gonna see something everywhere every time that is interesting. The space station's cams are really cool. Live 2023 DZ2 asteroid countdown. Look at this. Tell me that's not just cool as hell. I mean, seriously, guys. Closest approach to Earth countdown. 3 hours, 23, 54. Yeah. This is just the stuff, the things that technology can do. Pookie's in the house. What's up, sis? Thanks for joining us. The things that technology does now, guys, it just blows my damn mind. Oh, yeah. Don't forget spring break in Fort Lauderdale. You guys never been to spring break? Hell, you can go now. Look at that. It hasn't even really started yet either. Let's see if it shows. The space cams are really cool. Daytona Beach live cam. When I was in Florida, I was close to this. Let's see here. Live beach. That's Hollywood Beach. Scared the hell out of me. Let me see here. Daytona Beach live cam. There it is, Daytona Beach. Makes me wonder if, because when I was down there, I was staying in New Smyrna, which is real close to Daytona. We lived in New Smyrna Beach. My aunt and uncle had a place there. It was gorgeous down there. Oh, there is one. I'll be damned. Pretty cool place to be, too. No, is there a live one? Okay, this is New Smyrna Beach live. Yeah, this is where I live down through, like, if you go to the right here, back through here, I lived across the road from it. It wasn't as populated as this, but I love New Smyrna Beach. It was really cool. It was an island off of Daytona. North Beach camp. So there's different versions of it. Yeah. There it is. Super cool. Yes, Earth is a beautiful planet. I agree, Lance. Your Avon orders in. Gotcha, Heather. That's so funny. NASA live stream Earth from space from ISIS. Is this one going to show a better picture? Some of them are weird. Yeah, look at this, guys. This is over Antofagasta, Chile. Isn't that amazing? Oh, yeah, ask Teresa. I heard about something about that. Let's see. I'm gonna get back to what we were supposed to be doing, guys. I just thought this was really cool, and I thought you guys might be interested in it. Live NASA planet Terra Vista, relaxing space ambience. This is live too. There's a lot of space cams. There's that one again. Let me see. The one I was watching one night, it was over Los Angeles, California, and you could see all the lights. It was crazy. Vegas too. Look how beautiful that is. It's just insane. Absolutely insane. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. Like I said, since we can't do it, there's a way to do it, you know? I fell asleep to this one night watching the outer space live cam, and it was just floating, and it was on my TV, which is large, and the music playing in the background. It put me right to sleep. Switzerland live. How about that? You can go to Big Bear. You can do whatever you want. They're everywhere pretty much. Like I said, they don't all have audio, but Pondelguj. There's Italy. This is Pont del Gugli in Venice. Gorgeous, isn't it? Live cam in London. Oh, this is what Pam was talking about. The London bus rides. It's live. Like I said, folks, we can go all over the world. It is, a lot of it is just, it's gorgeous stuff to see. You know, some of it's not much, but there you are, going through London on a bus. There's another one too that's really cool. At least it was the day that I was watching it in Dubai. For those of you that, it's a very hot place. Look at this. This is from the Skyline webcams in Dubai. I've never seen anything like this, but the nighttime ones are really cool because of all the lights that they have. Look at that. Tell me that's not just amazing, guys. Seriously. Yeah, and it's huge. Look how big this Dubai is. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Seriously, this is really cool stuff. Yes, we're going to be talking about them. I got off track, guys. I'm sorry. I'll catch up. We got time, you know. I'm sorry if anybody's busy. My apologies. I'm about done here. I just thought it was really cool, and I thought you guys would be interested in it. We got one more to show you, and then we'll get back to what we're doing. This is the UK right now. There's welcome to the UK. Blenheim cam. UK beach cam, Devon full. Sorry, my phone keeps ringing, folks. There's even one in Russia, I think. Minnesota with their Times Square. They're everywhere, guys. They are everywhere. You type it in, you'll probably find it. It's really cool just to look through it. You know what I mean? Yes, absolutely, sunshine. Anyway, back to what we were doing. My fault. My apologies. I apologize. Just wanted to show you something cool for a little bit. But anyway, moving on, everybody. Welcome, Sunshine. Good to see you. I think you were here earlier, but everybody's saying hi. But did I miss something? Let me check. Welcome, Miss Amy. Good to see you. Miss Amy's over in Ireland, folks. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're in Ireland, right, Miss Amy? Yes. Let me check to make sure. All right, there we are. And what are we supposed to be doing? That's right. So anyway, back to what we were doing. So that's basically, like I was saying, that's how I feel in regards to the Scottie Morris. Yes, Teresa, Miss Amy is Irish. So that's how I feel in regards to the Scottie Morris case, guys. We're going to be following up with that to see, what's been going on, what is going on, and how everything is. Moving on, as I said before in the beginning, we were, and again, welcome, Pamela. I know I said that to you, but Pamela, guys, for those of you that are newer in here, Pamela's part of our team over in the UK. Her, along with Drift, they're in the UK over there, and they help us along. Again, we have team members that are part of this team in the UK, in Australia, all over the place, New Zealand, and they help us along with a lot of different cases that we're doing. So much appreciation to all of you as well. Miss Amy, she started coming back in more recently. She helps out a lot with different things as well, and it's great to see you, Amy. Thanks for joining us again. And that's my thought, Teresa. I hope whatever is going on is worked out, and that he starts to have more options and more, more things going on. And if he needs help with things, he can get that help. You know what I'm saying? So that is how I felt about that. Now, yes, we have a lot of UK people in here, and we absolutely love them. They are the best people in the world, guys. They're so friendly. And very welcoming, and we welcome them so very much in here. That's how Pamela became part of the team, along with Drift. Very helpful in a lot of different ways. Pamela, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is a retired police officer, police constable, and has helped us in a lot of different cases, guys. It's really worked out quite well. She's very good at what she does. So, yes, absolutely, Pookie, 100%. 100%. So, as I was saying in the very beginning, we support another channel out there. I don't know why I keep slipping. My mind is thinking about all these other things I just showed you right now. But we support his channel pretty strongly because he's been on the same page as we have been on the Nicola Bulley case, okay? So, that being said, I received some information at some point right before Nicola was found. To be honest with you, to be actual and to the point, it was on the 18th in the middle of the night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, that there was, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want to show attention. In fact, let me show you something real quick here, guys, about what I'm talking about. On I didn't say it. Big Boy, welcome. Mind Juice, that's it, Kim. I'm sorry I didn't say the rest of it, but Mind Juice's channel. He's been pretty accurate in a lot of things, in my opinion, that he's talked about. So, he put out some pieces about certain things that he believes, okay? We kind of feel the same way in different versions of what he's been saying at the same time. And that's why I support him. I will shout him out on a regular basis. And I've even left him messages. He's been run through the ringer a little bit, and had some struggles with some other people. And it's not really fair because, again, his theories, opinions, and what he says are very educated guesses, or not guesses, I'm sorry, very educated forms of what he's talking about and informative. He looks into what he's talking about. He makes sure he breaks it down for everybody like we do over here. And he's got good points. And he, just as I, pointed out that ring to everybody. The pictures of Nicola and Emma White. I do, absolutely, Teresa. I absolutely do. No. We're talking about Mind Juice, Pookie, not Curtis Media. Do you think Nicola was harmed? I keep wondering when I absolutely do. I do. I don't think that she did anything to herself. You weren't in here, Teresa, when we were talking about it, but you are now. And I'm glad you're in here now. So, when we were looking at the CCTV photos, okay, I showed everybody through probably 3 different videos how I believe that was not Nicola, okay? And I showed you guys based on facial structure. I showed you guys the ring, just different variations of things. And so that Wine Juice was showing the same types of things. Well, as he was doing that, amazingly enough, then all of a sudden a CCTV video pops up, including Paul. Why? That's kind of weird. Trophy wife in the house. What is up? Good to see you, my dear. Thanks for joining us today. So, that being said, it was just kind of ironic that it just all of a sudden, like that, after everybody was started drawing attention to those videos, that he was, hold on, folks. I got to make sure that this is, there we go, that he was put a video out for everybody to see with him in it. And according to what we found out, his friend, one of Paul's friends, is who gave that video to police to do this and that and everything else. Well, then when those videos started being paid attention to, whether it was me or him or anybody else, all of a sudden they all got taken down off the police website. Why? Why would you take that down? Makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. Thank you, Ms. Heather. I appreciate you so very much. Again, anybody that would be interested in supporting the channel, there are links to Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App right there. It is so very appreciated. It helps to keep the bills paid so I can keep on coming back to you guys. So thank you so much for anybody that would be interested in donating to that. We went over those CCTV videos quite a bit, as did Mind Juice, okay, which is why, again, like I said, me and him are on the same page, and we have been, I think, since day one. So, that being said, now, I had received, we all know that Nicola Bulley was found in the river in that jumble of reeds or whatever it was on the 19th, okay? 23 days she had been missing. And law enforcement kept saying that she was in that river, in that water the whole time. And I told you guys, at least in my opinion, that she was not in that river the whole time. And I have people that were over there that are on our team that were disagreeing with me, saying that she was in the water, so on and so forth, that they believed that she was, and I respected that. But I still felt the way that I felt. I still to this day do not believe she was in that river. And I don't think that she went into that river until 24 to 48 hours before they found her. Here's why. The crews of divers, the specialty divers that went looking for her, nobody saw anything. They never saw her. They swore up and down they were here, there, everywhere, that they should have found her, but they didn't. Okay. So at that point, now, I had gotten information directly from Lancashire in that area. Thank you so very much, Trophy Wife. One moment, folks. Let me set this up here. Sorry. Thank you so much for the first super chat in a long time, actually. Thank you so much, Trophy Wife. That is so very, very much appreciated. I got to get my sound thing set up, but moving on, I'll get that working here. Thank you again, Trophy Wife. I appreciate you so much. At that point, there was information brought to me. Now, I didn't put this together right away. Okay, I had to go back and look at it, and then I went back again. Then I started thinking about it, and it's like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. But then, kaboom! It like blew up in my face. You know how things like that happen. Very early in the morning on the 18th, 2:30 to be exact. There was something going on at Inskip, okay, which is where Paul and Nicola's home is, right in that area, okay. And when I see something going on, I'm talking about a very massively huge police presence. There was a chopper flying around. They were talking about a tent being set up, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not saying that had anything to do with Nicola's case whatsoever. The point that I'm trying to make with this, okay, is that 2:30 in the morning on the 18th, which was leading into the 18th from the 17th, she's found on the 19th, roughly 24 hours. Whatever was going on at Inskip was, in my opinion, large enough to draw the attention of the complete local police department in Lancashire, as well as anybody else in that area. Now, what better way, in my opinion, what better time would there be to get rid of a body other than when there's something huge going on that the whole police force is involved in, paying attention to, and nobody else is paying attention to anything at 2:30 in the morning? You're either sleeping in that area or you were watching what was going on in that area with the police. So, not saying it was a distraction that was made on purpose, okay? I'm just saying that's a huge distraction. So with everybody being distracted, that's a perfect time to go take a body and get rid of it if you need to, in my opinion. Okay. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe that there are coincidences in true crime. At this point, it wasn't a coincidence from what I'm saying. I think that was the perfect chance for whoever it was that wanted to move that body, because I don't believe that it was there for that whole 23 days. I believe that it was kept somewhere else. And I believe that when that quote unquote distraction happened, they took full advantage of that and they went and they dumped her over that cliff that she was rolled down, got lodged into those, to those, whatever the reeds they are, or she hit the water, floated down, and then got stuck because the psychic supposedly said he saw her floating down the middle of the river in his vision. Okay. Yeah. And Pamela is in it. By the way, guys, just so you know, to back up what I'm telling you, Pamela lives in Lancashire. Okay. She was trying to sleep at 2 a.m. It's hard to sleep with the chopper hovering above you, as she was saying. So the distraction was large enough to draw attention to people that were not involved in this, that were not doing anything. Okay. Perfect time to go get rid of a body, in my opinion. I didn't think about it until way after. But I'm just saying the timing is perfect, guys. It fits perfect. You got a huge and a massive police presence in one specific area, which means at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to venture to say that, like, the police force, they don't have as many people on duty at 2 a.m. as you would have during the day or in the afternoon. So whoever was on duty, I'm going to venture to say, was in that area at that time. Not everybody was watching the river, this, that, or anything else, okay? Now, another thing that became very, what's the word I'm thinking of here? Very opportune to me, okay, was the fact that Marsh Farms, by the way, Marsh Farms backs right up to that river, guys. The back of the property, it backs right up to the river. And it's a decent sized property. Understand that. So it would be very easily done for somebody to use that property to transport any vehicle back through there to that river, to pull a body out, to dump it in the river, and then take right back off to where they were going. Mind you, while all the attention in the area is focused on whatever the hell is going on at 2 a.m, it didn't skip. Okay? Think about it for a minute. The choppers are flying over that way. They're not over here. There's people, dog walkers or whatever are not going to be out that way. They're in bed. It makes sense, folks. It really, really makes sense. So at this point, I'm thinking that is when she went into the river, guys. I'm thinking that distraction was big enough that it kept local authorities and anybody else that was up and around at 2 a.m. paying attention to that over there. Meanwhile, let's put her in the river. They're getting too close to figuring this out. They did it. Boom. She's there. She's found the morning of the 19th. It makes sense to me, guys. It makes perfect sense to me. Welcome, Suki. Suki $2. Okay, I get it. Welcome. It's good to have you here. So, this is what I wanted to say. She did not harm herself, Teresa, in my opinion. I don't believe it. And I can't believe that she fell in, because this is something that Nikki did every day for how long? Okay? She knew that river as much as she knew her own home. She took Willow there every single day. She would drop the kids off. It was a routine she had, and had done it for a long time. And she knew the ins and outs of the area, the river banks, the fields, all of it, guys. Why all of a sudden would she just fall into the river? And if that, let's say it did happen again, and I've said this before, let's say it did happen. Let's say she tripped over something. She tripped over the dog running around her and fell into the river. Why did she, if that happened, why didn't she stand up? Because the river is only 3 to 4 feet deep. What's the matter, Heather? You're slow. What are you talking about there? And here's the thing, is she took her children to school that morning, quote unquote, allegedly, right? She had set up play dates, correct? Which means that she plans on being there in the future. So she didn't unalive herself. The inquest, Pookie's saying that in the inquest, people already said she fell from a great height. Okay, she was dropped over the wall and rolled 20 feet to the reeds. Yeah, exactly. My opinion, exactly. Oh, you were slow because you didn't catch it right off. Like, yeah, it took me a second too. It's okay. There would have been ripped clothing or slide marks if she fell in. Yes. And again, if she fell in, Teresa, she would have stood up. By the way, she was a very, very avid swimmer. Now, one of the main points that I made with this, okay, owning a dog, owning multiple dogs throughout my lifetime, knowing people that own dogs, knowing people that own very intelligent dogs, and knowing people that are dog lovers, and the relationship that we were told that she had with Willow. This is an important point, guys. If Nikki would have fallen into that river with Willow standing there, do you not think that Willow would have went insane barking, standing at the riverbank barking, or at the very least jumped into the water with her to maybe try to help her, or just to be next to her, to be close to her, because she went in the water. The dog would have wanted to go, but the dog didn't. The dog was bone dry. The dog never went in the water. The dog was found, and this window was very small, by the way. This wasn't an hour, a half hour. It wasn't 40 minutes. It was 10 minutes, guys, okay? Within 10 minutes. The dog was found, when they found the phone, going between the gate and the bench, the gate and the bench, the gate and the bench, not by the river. The dog, if she would have said, we'll say Nikki fell in the river and floated down the river, She got knocked out or something and floated down the river. First of all, nobody else that was walking their dogs saw that. Nobody else would have seen. Okay, the dog, if she's floating down the river, the dog's going to chase her downriver then, in my opinion. But on the riverbank, if the dog didn't want to jump in the water, she's going to run down the river following her, barking, trying to, getting people's attention. It didn't happen. Okay? And it tells me, with the dog going back and forth between the bench and the gate, and the bench and the gate, that in that area is where Nikki ended up going, and the dog was confused. Okay? Dogs are smart, folks. Understand that. They're very smart. But the dog must have been confused to go back and forth and not stop at one place. The dog was looking for her. Okay? And Lance, that's a good point, that the dog very well might have known the person that took her if she was there. Now, that's the other side to this, okay? I don't think she was there. I don't think she was ever at the river. I don't think she was ever at the dog walk, caravan, any of that area. I don't think she was ever there that day. And I say that because I don't think that she got into the vehicle in the CCTV videos that we looked at, okay? I think that whatever happened to Nicola happened either in her own home or before she left her home in some sense, okay? And I truly believe that, folks. At this point, from everything that I've looked at, I really, truly believe that. I'm not coming out and saying that I believe one specific person did something to her because, that would be wrong. But what I'm saying is that I don't believe Nikki ever made it to the dog walk, to the river, to anything. And then at some point, I'll be honest with you, I don't think that she even took her kids to school. Now, children's minds are good. A 6 and a 9-year-old, they remember what they remember with all this chaos that's been going on in regards to their mother not being here anymore and a very sad situation and so on and so forth. One thing that bugged me, okay, and I get it to an extent, but only to a small extent, that Paul did not want his children speaking to police or anybody else. But why? I don't get that part of it, because I'm telling you right now, if my wife went missing, the mother of my children went missing, and it would help to talk to the police, for the kids to talk to the police, they're going to go do it. They're not going to hurt the kids. It's not going to hurt the kids to talk and answer simple questions, but they weren't allowed to do that. Now, at this point, if they were to talk to the kids, do you guys think the kids would remember exactly who took them to school on that specific morning? Do you think that would happen at this point now? Absolutely not. I don't think they will, because first of all, these kids at 6 and 9 years old are not going to remember what day this was exactly and how that went. And they have, one second, the dog is quacking again. So, sorry about that. Yeah, I can go along with the whole Chris Watts vibes thing to an extent, but what are you talking about here, Red? Let's see. Where did it go? And that's the other thing, Pookie. She was alive the night before. She spent the night with her parents the night before for whatever reason. Guessing there was an argument or a disagreement that they separated for that night. So she went and stayed with her parents and supposedly came home the next morning to pick up Willow to do what she does on a regular basis. But as we know, going back to those videos, that in my opinion, a very strong opinion was not Nikki getting into the car in those CCTV videos. And I showed you guys why. Mind you, showed the whole world why. And it was the same things that I said, you know. Okay, one moment. Let me check my email, folks. Take what I was just got. Yes, Pookie. Pamela does live right in that area. That's why, like I said, it's great to have someone on our team that lives over there that can help with variations of different things in different cases. Mama Bear sent me an email with pictures for Red. Which email is it, Mama Bear? Which one? Was it Most Mom? And go back a little bit, yeah. What was it that was said? That the kids very well could be coached at this point. I agree. Suki says kids were hoodwinked and CCTV footage was date manipulated, in my opinion. It's very well possible. I didn't think that could be manipulated until I looked into it, and yes, it very much can. Nicola, I don't think I got it yet, Mama Bear. Let me see. Wait a minute. Yeah, I didn't get it yet. So, back to what I was saying. As soon as I get it, though, I'll open it for you. That is my opinion. That is why I think what I think. I've looked at this time. We've looked over this in every angle that you can think of. A lot of you guys have been here. I think that's what happened. I think whatever happened to Nikki happened in her home the morning of when she came home from her parents. I think, or around that area, I should say. I think the body was kept somewhere until the early morning hours of the 18th. Then I think the body was put into the river and was found on the 19th as it was. And we're at this point now. And another issue that I have that tells me that there's something that's wrong is the fact that we have 0 results back from the autopsy or postmortem, whatever you want to call it now. Why? Why is there nothing being put out on the autopsy at this point? Because how long has it been, guys, since they've got her back? The 19th, and we're at the 25th of March now. It's been well over a month. I promise you the autopsy results are back. And at this point, I'm going to venture to say that anything from toxicology is back too. We have not heard one thing about it. Why? There hasn't even been anything leaked. Okay? That doesn't make sense to me. All right, let me see here. This is for Red. We're going to go over this again. 1 second. All right. This was a conversation. 1 second, folks. Sorry. Sorry, guys. So this is for Red, I'm guessing, but we can all take a look at this together. Again, we went over this one day for hours and nobody saw it, but we're going to try it again. And you can actually see it a lot clearer now. So one day we were sitting here going over this, and this is the woman in the red coat, so on and so forth. We know all about that. And we noticed that there were people in the background right here. Red looked at this up and down, said he didn't see it. Quite a few other people said they didn't see it. Black and white and in color. It is a blurry photo. I'll give it that. But you can very clearly see there's two people standing here. Here is a man, legs, torso, head, arm. Here is a woman, and she looks like she's wearing a pretty heavy overcoat. It's not pixies. They're not that small, so on and so forth. There's her legs, her arm, her head, okay? What looks like she's wearing like a brown furry type overcoat, possibly. Like her pixies, right? Because of the way that they looked, they were too small, but it's a distance photo is what it is, okay? And the other picture is the fence. Because it was said that these were hedges back here. These are the hedges. These are the people. One moment, folks. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, please. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So, these are the hedges. These are the hedges. There's people standing in front of them, so they can opening right here. So, good golly, Miss Molly's in the house. It's all right, my dear. You never have to apologize for being late, and you know that. You're not late. You just came when you came. That's all it is. There is no being late. There's none of that, guys. And never expect any apologies for that, guys. Real life always comes first. But welcome, Molly, dear. It's good to see you. And there is houses behind them. Right here. See the houses? See the houses above the fence? Same thing right here. Backing up again. There they are. There's the houses. There's the fence. So they may have been moved down a little bit, but they're there. But it's very clear at this point, guys, this is a man and a woman. It looks like he's standing with his other arm kind of around her, maybe. She's kind of leaned against the bush, like down a little bit. I don't know what's going on in this picture, but it's clear as that they're there. Very clear. So, opinions, thoughts, theories? Anyone? What do you think now, Red? Red still thinks they're biker pixies. On the location, I'm not absolutely sure. It's got to be in that realm. It's got to be in this area right here. One moment, folks. Sorry, my granddaughter was a little upset about something. Nothing, Teresa. That's what I was saying. We haven't gotten anything back on autopsy or toxicology, and it's been more than a month. Okay? Definitely been more than a month. Why is she there instead of over there? I don't want her in camera. I want her over there. Put her over there. No, I just don't want her to Right. Yeah, just put her there. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Anyway, still sealed until June. Why? Why is it sealed till June? That makes no sense to me. All right, Molly, I'll check it, hun. Thank you. It doesn't make any sense. Why does it have to be sealed until June? What's going to happen in June? Brick piers and not the NB's route. I don't know why it would be sealed. I never heard of anything about anything being sealed. And it shouldn't be. I don't understand it. First available date. What? Okay, in this case here, though, that why would you need to seal anything? Because there's no suspect. Is there? There's no trial. Doesn't make any sense. They think it'll die down, but I'll never let this go. Of course not, Pookie. Neither will I, because I know that I believe I know what the truth is, just as Mind Juice does, and quite a few other people do behind this case. Well, let's see. Pamela says that the final coroner's findings and cause of death is not sealed. It's just not being made public. See, and that's the thing. And we haven't seen any arrests made at this point. And that's one thing I will say, that the UK is definitely not like America. They don't put everything out like we do over here. They're not, they don't get the leaks like we do over here. They're very tight-lipped about things, and I respect that. They do it for the respect of the families and the situation. I get it. That's why Curtis Media got in trouble the way he did. I didn't agree with him filming the way that Nikki's body was removed, any of that. I didn't like that at all. But I think that he got a raw deal in some other senses, where he was just filming normal things. He was harassing a lot of people. That part I get. But some senses he wasn't really harassing. He was just asking questions about things, because he was trying to figure out things just like we are, At our 3D, it's not a street, it's a lane heading to the fields. Okay. Yeah, it looks kind of like an alleyway type sense to me. Or at red. There we go. Sorry about that. Could have been a fake post. People post stuff. Yeah, it's true too. My keyboard won't type the truth. Okay, Suki. I'm at my wit's end with this, guys. I don't understand. I guess because being raised in the United States, we've seen things in different ways, than what the UK does. And I can respect it to an extent. But at the same time, I think that the police force is faulted in this case in a lot. I've always respected police in any aspect for any cases we've worked on when they deserve it. And I think that they dropped the ball in this in some senses. I really do. The very beginning, that scene should have been cordoned off and locked down where they said that she disappeared from, period. But they didn't do that. They never did any of that. They never treated this as if it was a criminal investigation ever. I disagreed with that. Okay. I absolutely disagreed with that, but that's my opinion. See, Pookie says, with the thousands of people romping through there, how many times would she have been stepped on if she was out in the open? Oh, of course. But, she wasn't. She was taken somewhere. Well, I believe, like I said, something happened at that period in time before anybody went to the dog walk. Okay. And then she was put somewhere. And I think that those people got nervous and started feeling uncomfortable and decided it's time to move her. That distraction happened. Perfect timing. They did it. It's done. She's found on the 19th, and here we are now with nothing. Okay. And I don't like that. You know, I told you guys know we're here for being the voice for the voiceless, because Nikki can't tell us what happened, sadly. She never will be able to. And we've had multiple different things that have been put out on her, and I don't agree with them. I don't. There's only been a few of us that have put out this scenario that we've put out and what we believe in, okay? And I'm strongly feel about this the way I do, just as Mind Juice does, and just as a few other people do. So that being said, Red, she says, look for Moss Lane or Allotment Lane. And that's where I think this is all coming from to an extent. Pookie made a comment. If this is ruled as self-unaliving, that he will not get a dime. She's worth a lot more than he is. Okay? For whatever reasons, we've looked into their financial records. We've showed those to you guys. We've showed you that, you know, he was hurting for money. He lost businesses, so on and so forth. It is what it is at this point. I told you guys that I also felt uncomfortable with him and Emma and whatever relationship they may have and their situation. Emma's supposed to be her best friend, but she seemed more worried about Paul and the girls than she did about Nikki. That's my opinion only. Allegedly, I'm saying. And I had a problem with that. You know, in my opinion, he was emotionless in the very beginning till I think somebody made notice of it, and then he started showing some emotion, I think. Yeah, and if it's listed as misadventure, he will get paid for it. And I think that's the point. I'm not saying Paul did anything. I won't do that until I'm given proof. I'm not going to tell you that I don't think that Paul is not what he thinks or he's showing everybody he is, though. I don't think that. One second, folks. Please. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, Pookie says he filed bankruptcy 3 times in the time that he knew Nikki. Very true. We showed you guys that. Miss Amy says, I find it hard to believe that hundreds and thousands of pounds of equipment couldn't find her. Police searches along the river and the underwater team didn't spot her, but a dog walker did. And a psychic at that. Okay? I'm not saying I have anything against psychics whatsoever. But the way that gentleman explained what he saw is that she was floating down the middle of the river and then ended up in the reeds. Okay, that's fine. There were boats and divers up and down that whole river, guys, for days upon days upon days, not to mention dog walkers, all up and down that river more than normal because of the situation. And nobody ever saw her once because she wasn't there. Facts. She was not there until, in my opinion, early morning hours of the 18th. And then, ta-da, she appeared and was found on the 19th. It speaks for itself. One second, everybody. Okay. So, that is what I feel, what I think. And I'm not going to change my mind unless Lancashire Police can show me something different. It's not going to change. There's no reason for it to change. By any means whatsoever. And again, let me show you something here, guys. Real quick here. Sorry, let me get that down. One quick second here. Let me show you something. I didn't realize this at first, but Paul Davidson cannot corroborate floating in the river, only that I read found in the reeds by the road. But yeah, and that's another thing, guys, is where that road runs right up alongside there, the area that she would, a car could very easily pull up there, pull a body out, and roll it down the hill. Kaboom. You know, and I'm only saying what the psychic said, that they saw her floating in the river. That he saw her. That's that. I'm not saying that that's what happened. Welcome, Paul, by the way. It's great to have you here. Thank you for joining us. But at the same time, I feel very strongly about what I'm talking about, guys. Let me give you, like I was trying to say, 1 second. I want to show you where's it at? I got it here somewhere. Trying to find my do we still have Mama Bear, Molly? Molly, probably, maybe either way. Do we still have the map showing Marsh Farms and where it backs up to? I can't seem to find it in my. 1 second here. I had it in now. Right. That was kind of what I was. That's a good point, Sari. Why did the psychic not see her until she went in the water? All right, Molly. Thank you, hon. Yeah, I need to. It's the map of all the Marsh Farms, and it shows where it backs up to the river, please. Let me see something here. Okay. Let me show you this real quick while Molly's looking for that. I won't watch it either, Pamela. It disgusts me. That's the biggest problem I have with Curtis Media. Turn that down, please. I didn't really have issues with anything else he did until he did that. I very highly disagree with that. I think that was just rude and disrespectful to Nikki. Okay. Now, what I was trying to do is, let me show you this here. This is where Nicola was found, guys. Okay.
Now, perverting the course of justice.
One moment. Sorry. Where did it go? I just had it there. Right there. Okay. This is where she was found. Okay. You can drive right up to here and roll a body right down into that, guys, without even having it. Because here's my thing. If she was in the river and even as the psychic said, and floated up the river here, how did she get up in here? Because that's where she was at, up in here, per se. Okay. That makes no sense to me. Period. In turn, I think that the body was dumped and then somebody said something to somebody. Okay? That way she would be found and it would go away. Tip-off had to occur to find Nicola. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Suki. Thank you. Which makes you right about body dump. Right. And again, folks, she could have been there for 24 hours without being seen, depending on how traffic was that day. See the dark line between the two bubbles. That's High River line. Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's true. It doesn't matter where. And this is where I think she came in at, right here, guys, just like this. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't make any sense because they really struggled to get her out of there. And that's true too, Paul. Psychics never disclose tip-offs. Facts. Those are facts. That's exactly what I'm saying, Teresa. The night or the early morning hours of the 18th, which was around 2 a.m., there was a very, very, very massively huge police force presence in Inskip, along with choppers, tents being set up. This, that, and whatever else was going on may have had nothing to do with Nikki's case, but it served as a perfect distraction to give people time to bring themselves down through here with nobody paying attention and drop that body and get out. That is what I feel happened. And then 24 hours later, or not even really, somebody just so happened to be walking their dog and said, oh, look, there's a body. Okay. It is what it is. I'm not trying to discount the psychic. I'm not saying that he didn't see her or whatever it was. Okay, I'm definitely skeptical about that stuff, but I will give everybody their chance to say what they have to say. Okay, I'm not saying that's not how she was found. I'm just not comfortable with it at that point. Hello, sweetie. So that's what I had to say, or what I have to say, and why I wanted to talk about Nikki today. Because again, eventually, here's the thing. Eventually, when everything comes to light, law enforcement is going to have to come out with the truth, guys. They cannot hold it down. They can't hold it back. They have to give us the truth. If the police didn't push the she's in the water story, then her body would have been found in a different location. The police gave the killer the idea to put her in the water. That's my thought right there, because thank you, Amy. It was said how many times? And eventually they probably said, you know what? They got everybody believing she's in the water. Guess what? We'll put her in the water. And guess what? She was found, and she's been in the water for 23 days, and nobody saw her. Bullshit. Sorry, but it's bullshit. Okay? Now, let's see here. Where did it go? Something else I had a problem with, too, was that they were talking about, it's almost like everything that was said, the police gave you, okay? Almost every time, because this woman, Becky Smith, okay? There was talk about the lead investigator not having any, that we saw how many different people and spoke to how many different people that gave press conferences. Becky Smith did not appear until there was complaints made about where's the lead investigator? Why haven't we heard from the lead investigator? Why haven't we seen the lead investigator? Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, within a couple of days, kaboom, there's a press conference, and here's the lead investigator, Becky Smith. And she did not want to talk about anything other than the fact that Nikki had fallen into that damn river, and that's where she's been. And then we never saw her again. Right or wrong? Why? That makes no sense to me. What does this here say? That you must be brave or stupid to return to the scene to dump the body. Not impossible, but unlikely. Area was crawling. Aha! Were they, though? That's what I'm saying, Drift. And I have factual information that at 2 a.m. on the 18th, there was a massive police presence in Inskip, along with choppers, drones, every police officer available, I'm going to imagine, along with, at 2 a.m, everybody's in bed, bro. Okay? Now, all of a sudden, all the YouTubers are sleeping at that point, but that's the perfect distraction, Drift. You may not have been in here. On the 2:30 in the morning, on the morning of the 18th, middle of the night, all the YouTubers and everybody else are in bed sleeping, except for the local law enforcement, all of their attention was drawn to Inskip for whatever was going on there. That is when I think that they took her and dumped her body. There's nobody going to be around. The people that would be around that aren't law enforcement are in bed sleeping or trying to, because there's choppers flying around keeping everybody awake. Yes, thank you. The first one we spoke to was the superintendent, DCI Riley. First two pressures we saw, and then she was gone. Then we got the other gentleman. Then he's gone. Then we get this woman and the other gentleman. Then they're gone, and at the end, we had two other guys. They couldn't decide who was in charge of this case, in my opinion. That's a good point. Her role was likely to cause speculation, and they knew it. And Riley was basically threatening people to not speculate, to not do this, to do not do that. They always said, she's in the river. Don't you dare say anything else. And for lack of better words. And then, thank you, Teresa. That's another problem I have. Then at some point, all of a sudden, she was an alcoholic and she was struggling with menopause. Why weren't we told that in the beginning? Doesn't make any sense, does it? No, it doesn't. Because it doesn't. Because I don't believe that those were true. I don't think that she had an alcohol problem. I don't think that she may have been struggling with menopause, but not to the point to where she's going to go jump in a river. Okay? What is going on here? One moment, folks. Be right back with you, please. Sorry, folks. That was the wife the boss had to call. Sorry about that. There we go. No problems, Teresa. Scene was a bench, she'd be no good there. If I unalive someone and the police are saying that the victim is in the water, then I'm putting the body in the water. Right, Amy. They basically set this up for whoever did this to her to succeed at what they're doing. I hate to say it like that, but honest to God, that's what this is, folks. Pamela says that the alcoholic theory was put out first by a certain YouTuber from info given from a good friend. Yeah, that's true too. But again, that came from Paul's friend. Everything that we have gotten that has been questionable comes from Paul, Emma, or Paul's friend. Am I right or am I wrong? The new CCTV footage was given by Paul's friend, who does that kind of work, mind you. Understand that, okay? And remember, Paul and Emma are both actors, actresses, whatever, in the past. Okay? And do I have to... Did you find the map, Molly? You said you sent it, I think. Let me show you real quick, guys. The one thing I was trying to show you. These things are all important, folks. I'm never going to let this go, guys, until I'm told to. I just can't. Okay? Again, like I said, I believe in true justice. Those two little girls deserve nothing but true justice to know what the hell happened to their poor mother. And we're not getting that, I'm sorry, in my opinion, from Lancashire Police or any of it. I'm sorry. Paul's friend was in charge of operating CCTV cameras also. That is from Pamela. Facts, folks. Thank you, Pamela. Facts. If anybody knows how to manipulate that type of footage, there you go. Okay. Thank you, Molly. Okay, now, thank you so much, Molly, dear. Let's look at something here, folks, real quick. I'm going to run you through a little scenario here. If you don't mind, let me blow this up as big as I can get it real quick. Oh, hold on a minute. What'd you say there, Trophy? Are you telling me there were no cameras in the area where Willow was found? No. According to them, there was one, but it was broke. I don't agree with that. I'm just saying. Okay, now. St. Michael's on wire right here. Okay. Can't even talk. River Wire. Now, we're looking for Marsh Farm here. Okay. Here it is. Here's the property. Here's the river. Look at this. It backs right up to the river, folks. The property for the farm backs right up to the river. It would be so very easy to have a body because guess what else is on this property? I'm not saying it has anything to do with it. All I'm saying is that it's kind of red that was seen by somebody is parked on this property. That's a great place to keep a body, in my opinion. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, the property backs right up to the river. You can just go right across here. Back. You didn't have to use it. We'll just go with the fact that she floated downriver, got stuck in the reeds. She could have been dumped right here. Okay. Right here. Right here. Anything right along any of this area here and floated to the spot where she was found and got stuck in the reeds. Or they could have drove right up to that spot again. And if she was dumped from here, nobody's going to be looking in this area right here on that property at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning or whenever it was done. But it could have went in here and done it right here. Like I said, or, and thank you, Molly, for that. I just wanted to show you guys that. Or they could have went to the very spot that she was found. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. I mean, see my ugly mug that big. They could have went to the very spot where she was found, rolled her right over the wall, down the hill, and got stuck right into those reeds right there. End of story. At 2 in the morning, when 98.9% of the police force is in one other area completely away from where that was. They're making it look like an accident because if it's an accident, in my opinion, if somebody, I'm not going to go into that. They're making it look like an accident because nobody's going to believe that she self-unalived herself. It sure is, isn't it, Teresa? And to answer because Pamela lives in that area right there, Trophy. And to answer your question better, she said, Trophy wife, no, only one, which was switched off or broken. Ironically, imagine that. So tell me that this is not a premeditated situation, folks. Or they were staying at the RV place right there where she was found. That's what Red says. Very possible. I think it was 3 a.m. Pookie says, stuck in my head. 2, 3, whatever. The police presence started around 1 to 2 a.m. Whatever. If we're going to go, I'm going to go with the whole, that was a distraction. So they took off and did what they could do while they could do it. Okay. That's just my opinion, guys. And this is all alleged speculative stuff. Has nothing to do with facts at this point. Well, there are facts involved in this. Okay. But it's nothing that we can prove at this point is what I'm saying. But I wanted you guys to know this, to see this. Molly, can you send me one more time, my dear? I'm sorry. The pictures of the CCTV footage videos real quick, please. I understand that completely, Teresa, because we're all in the same boat. Thank you, Heather, so very much. Again, anybody that would like to support the channel to help keep the bills paid, there are the Venmo, PayPal, and the Cash App links. It is so very much appreciated, folks. I do appreciate you. Absolutely, Teresa. I absolutely have been, and I'm not going to let go of it until they give us what we need, and that's the truth. The first time I found Pamela, actually, tell you what, I will give you exact times. Exact times, Pamela. Pamela messaged me the night of the 17th, which rolled into the 18th early morning. Okay, that's how we knew about this, guys. That's how we knew that there was police presence at Inskip, and it was huge. Okay. 1 second, Pamela. I'm looking at the exact times. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to let this go, Teresa, until they give us the truth, period. Unless they prove me, when they prove me wrong, and if I'm completely wrong, I told you guys before, I will say, you know what? I was wrong. I'm sorry. I got it right here, Pamela. I just got to scroll up to it. That's all. And I will say it. I was wrong. I'm sorry. You proved me wrong. But until then, I don't believe I am. Not at all. That's the point right there. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate you, sweetie. All right. Okay, right. The first time you messaged me that night with that information, where did it go? We got a ways to go back. Sorry. I hate to ask, will Pam's neighbors verify? I mean, they probably will. Like I said, Pam is a retired police officer, Suki. She has nothing to gain from this whatsoever. Nothing at all. And Drift lives in that realm of area at the same time, too. And I know what you're saying. I hate to ask this. I get it. So as not to disrespect it. But I trust Pam. She's been straightforward and honest with everything we've dealt with. So, wait a minute. That was the other case. So we haven't heard anything else about that. But okay, I almost got it here. Now, don't forget all these other little details, folks. Ron, Penny, all of these people that are involved in this, okay? You got to look at all of it. All right, here we go. We're coming up on it right now. All right, so it was... Sorry to interrupt you. Massive police presence at Inskip, dog handlers, police helicopters hovering. That was at 7:46 my time, p.m. So 7:46 p.m. would be... What time would that be your time, Pamela? Like 1 a.m.? Oh, no worries, Trophy. Don't worry about that. Yeah, if it was 7:46 p.m. my time, that would be what time your time, Pamela? Just to be sure. Okay, so you guys are 4 hours ahead. 11:46 p.m. was the first time she messaged me. The next one. She's 5 hours ahead of us, Drift. 23. So 1 a.m. Yep. That's the first time I got the message. Specialist search dogs, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So there it is. And then just heard police have erected a tent awaiting on a location. That was at 9:22 p.m. Same night. So that was around 2:22 p.m. or a.m. I'm sorry. Got a Newfoundland dog and a Labrador. They were putting out dogs that night or that morning. Gotcha, Pookie. It is 12:45 here p.m. right now, Drift. No. I'm sorry. It's 1:47 here. My apologies. I looked at the wrong clock. 1:47 p.m. Then Saturday, February 18th, it rolled into 5:03 a.m. No more info, sadly. 6:05 a.m. their time. Nothing to do with Nicola. And then after that, the only update so far is that Tom, who supposedly found the phone, is related to Penny, which we found that out too. 1:47 p.m., 5:47, 4 hours, not 5. Well, we also do daylight savings here. So at that time, it was probably different because we just flipped our clocks ahead and changed it up. So yeah, I see what's. Either way, it was in that realm of time. Okay. Middle of the night. Right. Okay. Suki. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's fine. Guys, give me one moment. I will be right back with you. I need to do something real quick that you probably don't want to hear about. So give me a moment. All right. Right, Pookie. 12:46 a.m. She sent the first message. Right. And then anywhere in that realm, that's when that started. Between there to 1 to 2 a.m., who knows how long it went on. That could have been, like I said, that's the perfect distraction to go ahead to move a body if you need to. So 2:22 a.m. was when the tent was erected. Exactly. That's what I was saying. And Miss Molly, thank you so much. You're doing great stuff today, Molly. I appreciate you so much. Okay. Now, let's go to something else real quick. Yes, Pamela is amazing. She's a great part of this team. I am super happy to have her here with us. Now, again, back to what I did a couple weeks back. The CCTV footage that I was showing you guys, okay? We broke it down, shrunk it up, put it together. Everybody that doesn't know, this is for anybody that doesn't know, this is Emma White. This was Nicola's supposed best friend, okay? Right, Pamela. So, this was her best friend. This, according to what was said initially on CCTV footage, is Nikki. Bulley. I'm sorry, but this is not Nicola Bulley. Welcome, Life, Love, and True Crime. It's good to see you, hon. If you look at this picture and you look at the facial structure, I'm going to do this again. And then I need to show you, hold on. This is Nicola Bulley, okay? This is so simple, folks. Her cheekbones are more rounded. Her face is more rounded. The jawline is wider. Her whole face, she's got a more feminine face with the higher cheekbones. Very pretty, okay? Beautiful woman, by the way. It's very sad. Now, as I called it, Emma has the Schwarzenegger jawline. To me, that's the best way to describe it. Very structured and very defined, okay? Her cheeks are sunken in compared to Nikki's. The cheekbones are more defined than Nikki's. Nikki's are more rounded. And somebody else pointed this out. It wasn't even me that was in here, but the distance between the bottom lip to the chin, big difference. The distance between the nose and the top lip, big difference. The mouth is wider, okay, because the head is bigger. Nikki had a bigger head than Emma, okay? Something else that was brought to people's attention is Nicola very rarely ever put her hair in a ponytail. Emma always has her hair in a ponytail, folks. Always. Again, another way to look at it. This side of her face, okay? I prefer the other side better, but because it shows the jawline and all that. This is not the same person, guys. This is not Nicola Bulley. This is Emma White. And if it's not Emma White, it's somebody that sure as hell looks a lot like her, in my opinion. And it is structured just like her. Okay? Look at it. Look at her and look at this. Look at her and look at this. Right. That's it. That's it. Opinions, guys. Throw them at me. I'm just telling you. Completely two different people. Facts, folks. These are facts. Now, not to mention, I'd have to find it, but the video that we saw in the CCTV where she was putting the dog in the boot, the back of the vehicle, reaching up to grab, I already showed and proved that those were two different people. Some people disagree with me, and that's okay. It's okay. But There's one thing that I did notice through all the pictures that I looked of Nicola, and I went through thousands of them, guys, as many as I could find. Pictures upon pictures upon pictures of Nikki. I do not one time see her wearing any kind of jewelry on her hands. None. But guess who does wear jewelry all over both her hands? Emma White does. And guess who has a little tiny ring on this finger that's got a little black stone in it? Emma White does, not Nikki Bulley. It is 100%, in my opinion, Emma. Once again, there it is. Look at it. You can definitely tell the differences, folks. Definitely. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. But Nikki had a very feminine face, a very pretty feminine face. Emma had more of a hardcore, structured, manly type structure to her face, in my opinion, okay? And she wasn't, in my opinion, anywhere near as attractive as Nikki was, but that's just my opinion. And that really has no bearing on anything. I'm just saying, this woman right here, you can definitely tell, and would be definitely able to tell who this was, okay? If I can find the picture that the CCTV pictures, because they've been taken down, if I can find them in here, I have them somewhere. One of my mods has them, if not, and I can show you guys once again the pictures of the ring. This is the same thing that the other gentleman that I was talking about earlier, that he's been showing. I'm not going to let this go, guys. I'm not going to let this go. I feel just as strong about this as I did about the Kylie Rodney case, and we see where that ended up at. I can't. I can't, because I believe that true justice needs to be given and needs to be found. The truth needs to come out for the sake of those little girls. They need to know the truth behind what happened with their mother. Pookie says, Nikki was found wearing a hat, and there's a zillion pictures of her wearing her hats. She had a thing for hats. Every picture we've seen of her, she's wearing a hat. Do you see a hat on this person right here? No. All you see is this big forehead that, once again, if you look, Nikki didn't have that forehead. Her hairline was way lower, okay? Way lower. Again, picture in a hat. No hat. Hat, no hat. Hat, no hat. Two different people, guys. Two different people. And it would be so very easy to put Nikki's coat on, Nikki's boot. And Nikki was taller than Emma, okay? And when you see that person walking in the video, you can tell the gait's different, guys. Period. There is the distorted pic from where? You mean this one right here? This is the CCTV footage, Red, that we looked at. Pamela says her hair on the pics of her closing the boot of the car is completely off. Yes, it is. I showed you guys that. This is, again, coming from Pamela saying this, guys. Pamela, in the very beginning, believed that she was in the river, that she went in the river, that that's where she was the whole time. In the very beginning, Pamela believed that. And I don't blame her. You know, I thought about it at first too. Me and Mama Bear both looked at it, and then within a couple of days said no. It's not no. And actually at this point it's not no, it's hell no. She was not in that water until they put her there. Suki's saying that the CCTV footage is Emma, the date on ID were doctored. And again, from the person that handed that footage over, who does nothing but work on CCTV footage, why would you think any less? Right, and Pamela just said it. I did until she looked at the other things herself. Bingo, folks. All right, Molly, thank you, my dear. I appreciate you moving this down for a minute. The CCTV footage that we were given in the beginning, Red, where they showed her going from her door to the car, putting the dog in the back, and then getting in the car and leaving to take the kids to school, quote unquote, supposedly or allegedly, in my opinion. Okay. Let me back this up for a minute. Once again, Molly. There it is. There it is. God, Molly, you're on point today. Thank you so much. As always, we love our Molly. Okay. This is the footage here, Red, just so you know that we were talking about. And it's been cleaned up multiple times. You can't see it very well. It's very blurry, but there's the ring, okay? That's the ring, and then let me see. It's a little bit clearer, but there it is. And again, there's the hair in a ponytail, blah, 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 whatever you want to look at, okay? Let's see. Paul put out via Grizzly CCTV of Nikki getting into her car. Yeah, that only came out, Red, after me and a few other channels started making a big deal about this footage. Then all of a sudden, one moment, folks, please. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. One neat ponytail, one not so tidy. Yeah, and these pictures are completely, in my opinion, different. I showed you guys the differences in them. The part here and the colorization here is not here. This picture, it looks like they were, I don't even know how to explain it because I don't know a lot about photoshopping or anything like that. But yes, Molly is amazing. But we analyzed both of these for a while, to be honest with you. As well we did with this one. And the dog is in two different positions as well. Willow is looking down in this picture. She's looking back towards the back of the seat in this picture too. There's the ring. Okay. Absolutely, Molly. So again, guys, another piece of something that says, hey, look at this. I'm not going to go to that one, Pookie, because I don't know that would happen. I don't know. You know, I can't say anything about anyone in particular at this point, but I do know what I think, and that's my right. But I'm not going to voice it at this point. All I can tell you guys, in my opinion, for facts, is that Nicola Bulley was not in that river for 23 days. She went into that river the morning of the 18th at the very earliest, and that's when she was in that water, guys. And that's why I want to know what the autopsy results are, and that's why I think they're being held the way they are, because I'm gonna almost guarantee that there was no water in that woman's lungs or her stomach, which states that she did not drown. Okay. I think my personal opinion was that she was strangled. And here is why. Let me see something here. I think I have it still. I'll show you if I do. One moment, folks. Where is that picture? We found a picture. I should say Mama Bear and Molly found this picture. A picture of Nikki at Christmas time. Okay. I'm going to show this to those of you that haven't seen this. Yes, Heather, I am. And or that they were photoshopped, whichever way you want to look at it. Right, Pookie, right. Let's see. Bingo. One more time for those of you that have seen this already. I'm sorry. For those of you that haven't, here it is. Again, another picture of Nikki. It's so sad. This was such a very, very pretty woman. Okay. I'm blowing this up as big as I can get this, and then I'm going to blow this up here. Now, first of all, this woman is not happy in this picture, guys. Okay, she's not. This is about as fake as a smile can get, but she's not. Now, right here, if you can see this, this is not her hair, okay? It is not her hair. We have flip-flopped this picture, zoomed it in and out, cleaned it up, did this, did that, everything we could to it. That, folks, because Nikki's not a dirty person, that's a bruise, okay? That is a bruise on the back of this woman's neck. Now, a bruise that, and it's dark, which means it's relatively fresh in this picture, but it's dark. That's a bruise, guys. That's not dirt. That's not hair. That's a bruise. Okay? Now, how do you get a bruise like that on the back of your neck? By somebody either grabbing you like this and slamming you down, or slamming you something into your neck and slamming you down like that. This was obviously around Christmas time, okay, as we can see. But the face is not, that's a fake smile if I've ever seen one in my life. But that bruise says to me, amongst other things, that there were problems. She was tiny compared to this guy, by the way. Okay? And I have a huge problem with this. Huge. Or something like that. Yeah, drift. Or just a hammer. You know, somebody smacks her like that. Grabs, squeezes, whatever you want to say. She looks scared in these pictures, in my opinion. Okay? That's my opinion. Again, this is all alleged. Except for the fact that that is very clearly a bruise. And you can't tell me any different, guys. You cannot tell me any different. Now, let's think about this bruise. People leave their Christmas trees up for months. I've seen it. At least through the month of January. After Christmas, it can happen, so on and so forth. So we're in a realm of Christmas time here with this. But I do know one thing that happened on January 10th. January 10th of this year. Okay. Police were called to Paul Ansel and Nicola Bulley. Sorry, guys. That is as big as I could get it, Heather. I'm sorry. Unless I blow it up this way. That's as big as I can get it. I'm sorry. Police were called to the home on January 10th from what we're going to say is a domestic violence call. Okay, there was some kind of domestic issue going on. And then it was stated by local police that nobody was arrested that day, but that incident is still under investigation. Why? Why would it still be under investigation? If it was a domestic issue that they dealt with, they had an argument, a disagreement, whatever was going on, they dealt with it, they left. Why is it still under investigation in March? Something's wrong with that. Okay. And then, like I said, very conveniently, Mr. Ansel says, well, she had alcohol problems. She was dealing with, other issues, so on and so forth, but she had alcohol issues. Well, to me, it looks like he's the one that could have been putting his hands on her. And again, just one more thing, guys, while you're looking at this picture, look at her hands. There's no rings on her hands. None. Every picture I've looked at with this woman in it, she's not wearing any rings, especially not on the other hand. That little black opal or black onyx, whatever you want to call it, was not on her. So remember this picture here too, okay? Just saying, guys, all the small things, you put them together and you get this. You might be able to screenshot it and then blow it up bigger, Heather, if you can. I think that they leave DB files open so they flag up next time. Okay. Gotcha. I don't know. Pamela, is that true? Can you zoom in and use a black and white? Let me see if I can change that. Hold on, guys. Let's see if it'll change. That's as big as I can get it. And can I change it over to black and white? Okay, I definitely got it a little bit bigger. That's as big as I can get it without cutting it. Oh, well, where'd it go? We can go that way. Okay. Now, that's it. Cuts it off right there. Is that better? It's still a bruise. It's definitely a bruise. It's even more of a bruise now that I did that. It's a good idea, Drift, with the black and white thing. Okay. That's what she said. There's a new gag order. Welfare investigation could well be finished now. Okay. Her mother and father should have temporary custody while the investigation is ongoing. And I think they do, don't they? Or am I wrong? I thought that the kids were taken over to the parents' house. I pray that they were at this point. There it is, guys. I'm telling you. I feel very strongly about what I've told you guys. I very much do. And again, unless any one person can show me proof that I'm wrong, then I'm not going to say anything different. But also at the same time, if you can prove to me that I'm wrong, then I will very wholeheartedly admit to you that I am sorry, that I was wrong. In that, you know, it is what it is. But with everything that we've seen today, and with that information I gave, it is, it very much is, Teresa. Again, folks, with everything that I've showed you, everything that I've seen, everything that me and Mama Bear have looked at, Heather, Molly, Brandy, all of us. We've torn this apart, guys, and we put it all back together. Multiple different ways, multiple different times. And now, taking the information that I just put forth about the whole distraction scenario that happened the early morning hours of the 18th, which in my opinion gives perfect timing for somebody to dump a body, because the police force, as Pamela said, there was a massive police presence. Massive. So in the early morning hours of midnight hours, I'm going to venture, like I said, to say that the police department is not at full effect as it would be during the daytime hours. Okay. So they were all busy in that time. So there's nobody going to be paying attention. And everybody else, all the YouTube investigators, whatever you want to call us, or them, or whatever it is, we're sleeping, guys. They were in bed. Nobody was thinking anything. This was 23 days after the fact. Nobody was paying any attention to anything at this point. It was perfect timing to do this. And here we are. Autopsy's been done. I'm sure it's, the results are in. And here's my thing. I believe the way that the police handled this, that if this woman would have fallen into that water and drowned, and they proved it, that happened, they'd have been all over the place telling everybody about it. Here it is. She drowned. She drowned. She drowned. Misadventure, accident, whatever you want to call it. But they have not. They have not given us that information. And why? Why? I don't have a good reason for them not to give it to us, but, thank you, Heather. Let's see if that works. Might look a little different if we look at it this way. It's super duper tiny. 1 second. It says it's at 100%, so we got to go way bigger. It just makes it's kind of blurry. It's at 984%. I mean, it's another version of it, guys, but it looks to me to be the same thing. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate you. It's still a bruise, folks. Most definitely. In my opinion, any way you look at it, it's a bruise. See, that just makes it worse. The video of her walking out the door. You mean in the blue coat, the CCTV footage? Is that the one you're talking about, Red? It really is hard. No lie, guys. No lie. Yeah, with where the stills supposedly came from. The actual video, I don't think we've ever had that, have we, guys? Molly or anyone? I don't think we've ever had the actual video of it, have we? Or did we always just have the still pictures from the video, is what I thought. Let me see if I can find something here real fast.